Hi there. So as you guys know, at the end of all of my videos lately, I've been asking questions, and here recently I asked a particular question at the end of one of my videos. Lo and behold, this came in the mail today. Stick around to see what it is. Hi there, if this is our first time meeting, my name is Ruben, and on this channel we make all kinds of how-to videos showing you, explaining to you, actually hands-on demonstrations showing the best way to get professional results out of all of your floor cover needs. If this is your kind of thing, hit the subscribe button. Okay, so let's dig into this and see what it is. Right. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I have been wanting one of these. This stuff actually come from a friend of mine that's just more than generous. I mean, absolutely more than generous. You guys know what this is? Let me go ahead and open this up and I'll show you in greater detail exactly what it is. And then we're going to go outside and check these things out in my shop. You guys see all of the end screen buttons that I put on the end of my videos. Gold Coast Flooring was kind enough to send me this stuff. This right here is a stair tool. Not a typical stair tool like you would tuck carpet with. It grabs the carpet here and you can pull it around and tuck it up underneath the bullnose while you staple your carpet to it. We had been talking about these, and look here, it's got little holes where you can actually, when you do that, you can get your staple gun right there. And what else is in this box is something I was talking about here recently, asking questions about, and asking which ones that you guys used. And looky here, it is a new seam iron, and another friend of mine that is on that talks to me quite often on my Facebook Messenger page, my Facebook LLC, Floors by Southern Boys LLC. We message back and forth quite often. This has a really long cord, by the way, which is super awesome. He told me, he said he had been using this iron for a while and he was happy with it. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. And I actually took a picture or sent a link to Nick over there in California, because we talk almost, there ain't hardly a day goes by that me and Nick don't talk. We talk all the time. We've become really good friends. When I lived in Arizona, he came, I went over to his house, and then he ended up coming to my house. We got a lot of things in common. Our personalities and stuff are a lot alike, so we get along really, really well. And I sent him a link to this and told him, check it out. This looks awesome. And there is actually a V-shaped right here, which will separate the nap. Let me see if I can get a little closer. So if you see right here, there's a V-shape coming off the back, and there's a hole in that where you can see the backings to see that they're together good. And also, as an added bonus to this, look right there, you see that little black thing? That's actually an LED light that will shine right down in here and see that, so you can be sure to get a good visual on your backings when you're making a seam to make sure that they are going together good. I thought that was pretty awesome. When the guy sent this to me, he's like, I've been using it for a while and I've been enjoying it, so that's why I sent this link over to Nick. And look at there. By the way, this is a number 890 seam iron by Taylor Tools. Okay, this is a Taylor carpet seam iron, for those who would like to know. and it does go to 400 degrees. This is pretty cool. I've never seen an iron with this. It actually has your temperature settings on it. So if you look right there, it tells you when you get your numbers on there, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I usually run my iron between 2.5 and 3, so that will tell you what temperature your iron is running as you got it on those numbers, which that's kind of cool. Again, here's a good look right there. On the back of that is a LED light, and then it has that hole right there as your carpet comes over the back of your iron. That will spread your nap apart and you'll be able to see the backing perfectly. I'm excited to use this. So we just received a brand new Taylor tool iron, which has all these cool features on it. The little nap separator, the LED light on the back of it right there. And in this video, it also has the Teflon on the top of it right there. And in this video, we're going to put those to the test and see if those actually work. And how better to do that than to seam a two-tone carpet without getting your two darks and two lights run together and making your seam stand out like a sore thumb. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to do, we're going to commonly, just like a lot of people do, we're going to take our straight edge, and I'm going to, first off, I need to get me a brand new blade. Okay. Brand new blade there. And I will use that piece, and also I'm going to cut okay, so these two pieces are going to go together. These are the two straight edge pieces, okay? We're going to stick those together and see what it looks like. Okay, so I'm not actually going to make this seam. I will make another seam after it's row cut, and then we're going to test out all the features, awesome features on this Taylor tool seam iron. I think this is going to be pretty obvious, so I don't think I need to make this seam right here to prove my point. What I'm going to do is push these together just like I did the other day in another video. So I'm going to push them together tightly just like they would be seamed there. And we're going to rub them together, okay? And already we can see dark ones together, okay? So you can see that seam stands out like a sore thumb. So you definitely, we can do some a little bit adjusting on that. I'll slide this forward like if we was going to shift it and match a pattern or something like that. And I'm going to mash it together tight so it's all nice and pretty. And look at that. It stands out like a sore thumb. So anytime that you have a carpet that is two-toned or has speckles in it, such as this, or two different dark and light rows, I can shift it backwards just a little bit. You absolutely cannot straight edge this stuff, or that's what you get. This is a nice clean cut, okay? It's clean. It's clean as a whistle for your with your straight edge there. I had a brand new blade in there when I cut that. That's not a bad cut. The issue is the two tones in it. So you see these dots right here. Anytime you straight edge a seam, there's no way that you can stay in a single run. See, this is a light run. This is a dark run. This is a light run. This is a dark run. So there's no way to keep in one run in a way to make that seam together without getting dark here and dark there somewhere, or light and light. Either way, two darks or two lights, if they match up, that's your result. You cannot get a good seam by straight edging a two-tone carpet. Now I'm going to show you how to seam a two-tone carpet. Okay, so something I want to point out about two-tone carpet is, if you'll notice right here, looking at the cut end of this, we have a dark row and then a light row, and then a dark row and a light row and a dark row and a light row, and so on and so on and so on. And you don't so much look like it right there, but if you pull them back out of the way, you will see it is a continuous pattern of dark light, dark light, dark light, dark light. all the way down through there, okay? So anytime that we make a seam in this type of carpet, say we want to make sure that we cut a dark on one side and then cut in the exact same spot so that we have a light going up, button up to our dark, okay? If we get two darks together, it's going to be just as we straight edged it, okay? So we're going to make sure we get a dark run cut and then cut on the exact same piece or other side in the exact same place and make sure that we have a light to join them back together, okay? So let's do that right now and put it together and see what it looks like and check out all these cool features on this new iron. So I got the tape measure butted all the way to the end of the iron, and let's follow it down by the cord and see just how long it is. I think this is an amazing feature about this iron. I've never seen an iron with a cord this long. And as you can see, it's waved in and out and stuff, so this is not a completely accurate measurement. But looky here, 23-foot cord. I can't pull no more to straighten it. It just pulls the tape. But that is an amazingly long cord, 4-seam iron. Very awesome. Okay, so as always, I am going to use my Orcon row finders. I got a 13 point and a 17 point, and I will use, like always, my skinny one to find the row, and then my fat one. Whoa, I need to scoot over a little bit. I use my skinny one to find the row, and then my fat one to separate it out. Okay? Now I'll take my cutter, go ahead and make this cut. Okay, so this is my dark piece. Now I need to switch my blade around since I'm cutting on the other side and go ahead and now I need to cut my light side. See this? Here, this is light, this is where I just cut it. I need to make sure I get in the exact same run, just over a little bit, okay? Okay, there we go. So again, I got my dark run on the right side, just as I did on this piece. Okay, look at there. Let's inspect this. We're going to inspect both pieces. How about that? Okay, so this was my first piece I cut, and as you can see, it's dark all over. And this was my second piece that I cut right here. This whole side is light. Okay, so when these go together, they're going to make a perfect invisible seam. Okay, let's check it out. So you can see the light on this thing already is lighting that up really good. And the main thing I want to test is obviously the light, and this hole right here is, there's actually a little hole in that V right there, and you're able to see the backing really good and see the LED light that's in the back of this to where you can see to put your seam together really well. Look at it brightening that up. So that's what we want to check out, see if all these functions work properly. First off, I need to get those down under there, I guess. Okay. Go a little bit more. I need to go about 4, 5, 6 inches. Okay. So I will definitely say I can see the backing. It is separating right there. I can see the backing is really good. Let me take my new, this is actually a new roller too. from Persona. I always use a smooth roller. Okay, look at that. So that actually does separate the nap really well right there. It gives you plenty of light to see exactly what's going on. This is great. I am loving it so far. I can see it peaking, so I know my seam is properly together. I am loving this new 4-inch seam roller too. So as you can see, this V is separating the fibers really well. I really like that. Get right on top of this. I mean, literally right on top of it. Give you guys a good look right there. So watch this. Look at that V separate the fibers for me. I got plenty of light. I mean, plenty of light right there, so I can see the backing of that. I can plainly see the backing of that carpet and make sure it's going together good. Okay. So now, one of these days I'll do a really breakdown seam video and show you why I do all those continuous rubbing and stuff like that as I'm pushing it together. Right now this is strictly for this. Okay, so look at that. You cannot see that seam whatsoever. Let's do this again. So this is my straight edge seam. Look at there. We're going to pull it together, rub it again, and we're going to look at the difference. So as you can see, you got dark, dark, and dark up here. Even if you do some adjusting, pulling it this way, pull it back together, there's no way. I'll go about another inch or half inch or whatever. There's absolutely no way of getting rid of those dark and lights meeting up unless you row cut it just as I demonstrated right there. Okay, that seam turned out perfect. Obviously I would have seam sealed that. I used the Oricon Peak Buster is what I use. I got a video on that if you guys want to see how I seam seal my seams. Okay, so as you can see, the way I demonstrated here made a flawless seam versus straight edging. You have to get in between each dark row and light row and dark row and light row. You got to make those match up or it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. And this Taylor iron has all these fancy little gadgets on it. And from what I can see, it definitely stood up to everything, all the functions on it that is there for the purpose they are there for seem to work. So that's pretty awesome too. This is a really nice iron. I'm really happy. really thankful for it, and I'm really happy that I got this particular iron. So again, a shout out to Gold Coast Flooring. Thank you so much for all of your help. You guys out there don't know what all he does for me. Anyway, question of the day. Any of you guys ever use this? If you do, leave a comment. Have you ever, or do you ever? And what's your thoughts on it? I ain't done any steps since I've been here in Tennessee, but I am anxious to use this. So let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching. FBSB's out.